Thanks for staying with us as At the Post Live continues. I am very, very happy to have one of our senior guests. You were on the first year when we weren't in the parting glass, and you've been on at least a couple times since. Kiaran McLaughlin. Let's give Kiaran a warm welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
Great, thanks.
Everything good?
Yes.
Got here with your wife?
Yes.
The family's not here, though.
No, we missed the kids.
I miss Erin.
Yeah, she'll be here the 1st of August for 10 days or 12 days. So
she'll be here for sales?
Yes, and Ryan is at Bank of America in Manhattan, and he's back and forth some.
So he'll be here on weekends quite a bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Golfing.
Nice. Golfing. He'll be kind of the track, too.
Yes,
right?
both.
Yeah. So it must be. Is this Ryan's first summer working in the city during the summer in Saratoga?
I think it's the second one.
It's a hard transition for kids that were used to being up here, right?
Yes, it is.
But we're here.
Yes, we're here.
I know, and it's good to be here.
Yes, it is.
So, horses. Let's cut right to the chase. The horses endorsed, pointing towards the Curlin.
Yes, I mean it's not great to go from 6 furlongs to a mile and an eighth anytime, and for a second start off a long layoff, but he's bred to get the distance. We've always wanted to try the distance, so we can always cut back.
The Alan Jerkins.
Correct, if he doesn't get the mile and an eighth or if he runs out of training at the quarter pole.
Right. Now, for those not familiar with Endorse, the Godolphin horse that broke his maiden here very impressively last summer, and it didn't work out in the Champagne, but obviously his return race was tremendous.
Yes, it was very nice to return, and Ron's jock, Joel, rode him very well. And
Joel's riding great, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He really is.
And we're looking forward to, he works tomorrow and makes sure all goes well, and then we'll be point for the Curlin.
Is he working on the main track or the Oklahoma?
Main track.
What time should people go out to see him work if they want to come watch him?
Good question. We have so many working, I'm not sure exactly what time he works.
Now, is he over, are all your horses stabled at the Green Tree Center?
All the ones that are owned by the Maktoum family only because of liability and insurance, and also all the Godolphin and Shadwell horses are at Green Tree. But we train the majority, 90% of them on the main track.
Okay. Well, you have Green Tree abuts the property. For those not familiar with Green Tree, it abuts the property of the main track.
Yes, correct.
And you have your own special gate.
Yeah, we don't use the gate much because we're able to go to Oklahoma or the main track and work with the gate crew.
How do you get them from Green Tree to Oklahoma? You walk them over?
Yes.
It's a long walk.
Yes, it is. It's 18 minutes to be exact.
Really?
Each way.
Wow. How often do you how many teams do you take? Just one group a morning or more?
No, sometimes we'll take, it depends on the track condition. And earlier in the spring, we were taking like 4 over there. So it was it's a great training track and a great surface. So we go over there quite a bit.
And the Godolphin, at Green Tree, you have a synthetic track to train on also. How big is that track?
A mile, just short of a mile, but it's a poly that used to be at Keeneland, and then we added Tapeta a little bit to it this spring. It's great when it rains. It handles things very well. And the big plus is we like to train right-handed there because you're always going left-handed and your injuries are left front, right hind. So we switch them around and kind of balances things out.
Now, how many horses do you have at Green Tree at any time?
40. There's 92 stalls there. Tom Alpetrani's there. Thunder Snow's coming over there.
Oh, really? He's riding the Whitney?
Yes, and then
Cool.
he's going to stay there, I think. So we have a barn of 40 there now.
Are you going to take care of Thunder Snow?
No, he'll have I'm sure, a large staff here with him.
Right. So how long are you here during the course of the year at Green Tree?
We ship in May 1st and leave by November 1st.
That's a lot. Now, are you up most of the time there?
No, I'm still at Belmont most of the time. My brother Neil has been with me 25 years, and his wife Trish are here, and we come back and forth. We like to come up to Saratoga about every other week.
And does anybody live at Green Tree?
Just the resident manager, Tim Jones, who used to Gallop Cigar.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's there. He's a real good guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Well, Cigar was there at the time Bill had him there, right?
Yeah.
Green Tree's it's an incredible piece of property.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful.
And they bought it when it was the McNair dispersal, right?
Yes, they bought everything off McNair. The horses, the
Including
mares,
Ravens Pass, who
everything.
won the Breeders' Cup.
Yes, everything.
That was probably one of the best deals in the history of horse racing.
Yes, it probably was.
17 million or something.
Yeah, we like to say Coolmore got the green monkey and Sheikh Mohammed got green tree for about 16.2. I hope they're not in here, but
I think they would even laugh at that.
Yeah, that's right.
It was right around the same time, actually.
exactly,
That is pretty
right.
funny.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it must be pretty cool to have that option of training there, but also using the tracks here.
Yes, it's a great option, and the barns are fabulous. I mean, they're redone and beautiful.
Now, do you also have stalls with us, either at Oklahoma or the main track?
Yeah, we're in now barn 7, old Alan Jerkins barn. It's a great barn, so it's real close to Green Tree.
That must be pretty cool to have Al Jerkins' old
Yeah,
barn.
he was great trainer.
So you're getting, you got to be careful. You're going to become an elder statesman in the game soon. Me too, but
Yes.
you've been around. When did you work for Wayne Lucas? That was when that was your first major job, right?
Well, wait a second. In 1983, my then girlfriend and I were here for Mark Cassie.
Wow.
The first time we came
She stuck
here.
with you so long.
In 1983.
She looks the same. You a little
Yeah,
older.
yeah,
She looks
right.
the same.
85, I went to work for Wayne to 1992, and then took Chris Antley's book from 92 to 93, and then went to Dubai in 1993, and left there in 2003.
So you were in Dubai for 10 years.
Basically 9 or 10 years.
Wow. Were you there all year round, or did you
No.
come back and forth a bit?
We came back in the summer. We had the best of both worlds. We went and raced from November to April, and then came back to Belmont every summer. And it was one summer we didn't have horses, 1994, but 1995 on we had horses here.
How old were the kids?
Well, when I went and took the job, Letty was pregnant with Ryan, and Aaron was 2.5, and we didn't have FaceTime then. It was tough to leave a 2.5-year-old behind. But then we went there. Ryan was 6 months old in September '94, and Aaron was 3 years old.
And did they live? They live you over there? Did they go to school over there?
Yeah, they went to the American school, and
What was that like?
it was great. I mean, Aaron went till she was in middle school, and that's when we decided that my first job in life was to be a parent, and second would be a horse trainer. So we decided, Letty and I, to bring the kids back to New York, and
Worked out
raise
well.
them. Yeah, it did work out well.
And obviously they were happy with you, so they've kept horses with you. It's not as though they resented your decision.
It was tough to fly to London to resign and hope they supported me, but it's worked out very well.
How have you seen the game change if you look back over? It's basically a 30-plus year period.
Yes.
35 you're talking about.
Yes.
What are some of, a lot of things I'm sure have stayed the same, but what are some of the bigger changes you've seen?
Well, right now, one of the biggest changes is the Department of Labor. They're very tough on all of us, but
That's something that has affected a lot of trainers. It's not just situation.
No.
Obviously, the Chad Brown story got a lot of, but it's a lot.
it's a shame, and I felt bad for him, and I'm going through it myself now and trying to do everything right. But, from there, I feel like the game is still great, and I love it. Love getting up at 4:30 every morning, going out and working with great horses. And I'd like to say to Tyler that he did a great job for our sport, winning the Preakness and interviewing afterwards. I was, very happy with his interview.
I agree.
He
He
did
handled
a good
it so
job
well.
at a tough time.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think it's important that happens. And I mean,
Yes.
for me, and I'm curious your thoughts. We're going to take a break in a minute or so, but we'll talk about it. I thought the Kentucky Derby showed that we actually do things well at the big
Yes.
moments.
Right, being the disqualification.
Yeah.
Yes, and the biggest race of our game, and they took him down. So yeah, I thought it was good too, but it was a tough situation, but he handled things very well.
Yeah, and it's not easy. I mean, you don't want to be in that situation, and you never want to gloat, or you want to just sort of take it for what it is, I guess.
Yes.
And I think if we're not going to follow the rules in the biggest races, then why do we have rules at all? Right?
We have something in common. We both thought we were going to win the Kentucky Derby. When I had closing argument, take the lead at the 8th pole at 73-1, I thought I was going to win
Right.
until Mike Smith ran us down. But
Giacomo.
yeah,
How many derbies have you been in?
I've been in, I don't know exactly, but about 10.
Okay. Is Erin still mad at me because I didn't give Heichel enough love?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
She was
She's never
texting me. She was
mad.
very mad at me.
Yeah.
She was giving me a hard
He
time.
just came back yesterday
Oh,
to
good.
Belmont. Yeah.
I want to talk about Heichel. We're going to talk a little bit more with Kiaran McLaughlin. We're not going to let him go that easily. So stay with us as we come right back. At the Post Live is brought to you by Special Olympics New York. Be a fan. Visit www.specialolympicnewyork.org for more information. And as we come back, let us remind you that At the Post Live, Sterling on Saratoga is coming to you live from the Parting Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga and is presented by Naira Bets and Partners. Saratoga Clocker Reports featuring in-depth workout analysis for horses running at Saratoga. Available every race day of the meet. Visit drf.com/clocker. And the Brave Will Foundation, making a difference in the lives of children with life-threatening illnesses and their families. Thanks for staying with us at the Post Live. Once again, Kiaran McLaughlin is joining us, and we were talking a little bit before we went to break about Heichel, who was one of your top 3-year-olds. He finished third in the Wood Memorial and had to be scratched from the Kentucky Derby. That must be very disappointing.
Yes, it was. I mean, he had some feet issues, and we couldn't quite get him right. He went home on Oaks Day, actually, and he arrived back to Belmont yesterday. So we hope that we can, get him back to the races pretty soon.
Maybe get back to the fall sometime at Belmont or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Or the Belmont at Saratoga, the Belmont at Aqueduct
Yes.
meet we're running and
Yeah.
going there in early October.
Right.
You've obviously had some tremendous horses over the years. Questing, who's always one of my favorites. Invisor. When you look back, who are some of your favorite horses? Best and favorite horses?
Well, Invisor was definitely my favorite because you talk about different owners and all. We lived in Dubai for 10 years, and to go back to Dubai with a horse and win in front of Sheikh Hamdan, Sheikh Mohammed, the whole family, to win the world's richest race and such an important race. And luckily, Letty and I and Aaron and Ryan were all there, and that was very special and couldn't hardly ever be topped. Frosted was the Met Mile was unbelievable race. He was very impressive and
Amazing.
Yeah.
One of the great performances, one of the greatest races of all time.
Yes, and Questing was one of my favorites because Irad with his first win in Grade 1.
That race, I would say that horse was. Irad would have been a success without Questing, but that was the horse that put him on the map.
Yes, I remember Fernando Jara. Well, we've had 4, I think, first-time Grade 1 winners. Rajiv Mirage, Alan Garcia, Fernando Jara, and
Irad.
Irad.
Yeah.
They all rode their first Grade 1 winners for me. And I remember the press coming, are you going to leave this kid on Questing? I said, how's he ever going to win a Grade 1 if he doesn't have the stock under him? So you got to leave him on to ride, in the Grade 1s, or he'll never get to win them.
And he rode her perfectly.
Yeah, she was all over the racetrack. He didn't do anything wrong. It was her.
Yeah. Oh, she was. Oh, yeah. God, she was dancing the stretch and going out.
In and out,
yeah. And you've had some of her sons and daughters. You've had
we
a couple
have
Questings.
Romantic Pursuit just won.
Just won at Belmont.
Yeah, so she'll hopefully run up here soon.
Is that fun when you get like the daughters of or sons of horses you train?
Yes, for sure. Yes, it is fun.
Who are some horses that maybe we don't remember as well that you just really liked, that you took a liking to, that did well, or a horse maybe that you felt wasn't really that good, but you were very proud of the job that you and the people you work with did with them to get them any kind of success?
That's a good question. It's hard to think about. Questing was kind of an overachiever because she had her issues. And Key of Luck was one of my favorites going back. He ran on the night of Cigars World Cup, and Ron Anderson had Gary Stevens' book, and I had asked Bob Freese and Jerry Bailey to ride him, and he was tied up, so Gary Stevens rode him, and we ran 30 minutes before the World Cup, same distance on the dirt, and he won by 21 lengths.
He ran faster. He ran faster than Cigar,
He ran
right?
faster than Cigar, and that was an unbelievable race.
Did he win the Pimlico Special?
He finished second in the Pimlico Special, and but
ran out of training.
Yeah, he just got beat by Zito.
Oh, Star Standard.
Yeah,
No.
I'm going to say something like that, but he was a really special horse. It was interesting. the next day after he won by 21 lengths, Sheikh Mohammed called me up to Godolphin and Alquaz, and all three brothers were there. Sheikh Maktoum, who owned the horse, Sheikh Hamdan, and Sheikh Mohammed. And I was like, wow. I was called to the carpet, and I was a little nervous. And he said his brother wanted to know why I didn't run in the World Cup. And I said, well, I just got the horse in January, and he had been running 7 furlongs. And the nominations closed in before I got the horse, and they didn't nominate him, the other trainer. And since then, they changed you can nominate later and late, and even the last minute, you can supplement for 1% of the purse or something. But I didn't get in any trouble because the nominations had closed before I ever got the horse.
What would have happened if it was actually completely your fault? Or you don't want to know?
No, I wouldn't.
Might not
They
be here
asked
now.
me. He asked me, how do you think he would have run? And I said, he definitely would have been 1, 2, 3, but I have a lot of respect for Cigar, and Soul the Matter was second. So I said, not that we ran faster than him that night, but Cigar just had a way of getting there.
Now, do you expect to go back over at all to Dubai with any horses? I mean, are you hoping to have a horse to have a chance
Yes,
to go?
I'm hoping to go back every year for $10 million, but we have to have the right horse. Yeah.
Pretty good point.
Yes.
Not a bad idea to get over there. So do you have some 2-year-olds you're excited about this year?
Yes, but it's early still. We get them late, and this year we received 13 for Shadwell, and 12 of them started with the letter A, and they're all difficult to say, so it's...
So you can't keep them apart anyway.
No,
You
it's
wouldn't,
right. It's
otherwise,
tough.
you would tell us all
Yeah,
about
that's right.
them.
But we're lucky to get quite a few nice 2-year-olds, and we're just getting them to the gate and working. We get them late, so we won't be starting any for a little while still.
All right. Kieran, thanks so much for joining us, and we wish you a great Saratoga and just continued success in everything you do.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all that you do for everybody.
Well, thank you. I
Thanks.
appreciate it so much. Kiaran McLaughlin.